180!
First leg, it's Andy for his first game on.
So Andy Hamilton to throw first against Davy Verkooijen. 25 years old. A man who'd never even entered a qualifier before the qualifier for this one, Verkooijen.
60.
So a new face on the European Tour. And what a way to start. Slam one in the treble 20.
85.
Well, that first dart will settle him down. This is obviously new, the big stage. He looks quite calm, doesn't he? When Andy Hamilton is Andy Hamilton, that big long arm stretch before he sets the dart. There we have it. Wouldn't want that arm coming swinging at me, Dan, to be quite honest. I think if he hit you, you'd stay hurt, that's for sure.
Well, look at this from Davy Verkooijen. Davy Verkooijen, welcome to the European Tour, son.
Yeah, and a little bit of a bounce as he walked back there as well. Yeah, good on the young man. That's great darts from Verkooijen. And it might have just thought to Andy, what is going on here?
Well, if Andy Hamilton thought he was just going to have a little cruise into round two, maybe he's got another thing coming.
44.
Well, Andy is one of those players that will not take anybody lightly. He'll try and play his own game. May take him a leg or two just to get the range. But once he gets going, you know that consistency
59.
will hopefully wear the man down. That's what he'll be thinking.
Yeah, Hammer can take a while to get going sometimes. It's almost like he needs to warm his fingers up. You'll see him like flexing his fingers and rubbing them together. Just feels like he's got to get in the zone. He does get better as he gets more into it. He gets, you know, that trademark Hamilton roar that we see when he starts hitting big shots, really dominating the stage.
Davy, you require 152.
And intimidating opponents. He would have come into this with Davy Verkooijen, having never played in the European Tour, but, you know, ranking event
100.
in front of any sort of camera. Maybe thinking, I can bully this lad.
Well, there's no question, you know, you get up there, you think, right, I'm going to get into him quick, do this and do that. And certainly it's Verkooijen that's going to have first blood at the double. Richie Burnett has just gone 5-1 down to Gino Voss.
80. Davy, you require 52.
Well, he's going to get 2 darts at a double for Verkooijen. Those at double 16, double 8. Well, he's busted it.
Andy, you require
It'd be just like Hamilton to take this out now.
He really would, and he is deadly when on form. Setting it up very nicely. Double 16, he's usually so reliable on the little green bit down that end of the board, and he's, well, in truth, further away than Davy Verkooijen was with his attempt. He's thrown that out the board, Verkooijen.
20.
That's nerves for you.
Unbelievable.
16.
Just needed a fat 20. He's thrown it out the board. I remember Andy Hamilton doing exactly the same thing against Phil Taylor, and it was to win the match at the Players' Championships when he faced him. And he crumbled and Taylor knocked him out. But he's just an absolute flyer there from Verkooijen. And Hamilton has nicked the leg and he shakes his head. He knows he's been gifted that, really. And for a man who turned up without a care in the world, hit a 180 in his first ever leg on the European Tour, looked to have absolutely no problems with nerves. He's done himself there, Davy Verkooijen.
Yeah, may have been had a reality check when he wants to go for that double. He's thinking, I've got a chance to take the first leg out of the hammer with the throw. And
39.
kind of like come out of the concentration bubble. But of course, Andy Hamilton will say thank you very much every time to Gifts. And, you know,
85.
he's let so many people off in his time, and he just classes that as one back. You know, some people put their hands up. Peter Wright will put his hand up and say, sorry, I've nicked the leg. They don't really mean it. It's just to be nice.
134.
Peter Wright is in action, of course, tonight. That's on the second stage, playing John Bowles. Good-looking game, that. We'll keep you updated with the scores from the second stage. I can tell you that Richie Burnett is clinging on in there against Gino Voss. Still trailing 5-2, though. Well, Hammer's really struggling to get going here. That final dart saved him a touch. But he's not a happy man, the man from Stoke.
97.
Yeah, Verkooijen in both legs has outscored the Hammer. You can see there, that's a real bad dart from Hammer. Certainly not coming out the hand right, and you can see by the way, the speed he threw that third dart that he's getting frustrated himself.
Yeah, he's so methodical, Andy, in his throw. When he's on form, he'll be doing everything the same. It's when he gets annoyed, he'll speed up a bit. He's just chucking the darts away, and it's often when it goes wrong. Can he put some pressure on Verkooijen here? That will certainly help. 109 left, and that is pressure. Now Verkooijen, keep it in the board, son. He has done. Double top.
33.
Yeah, the last dart was thrown a bit quickly, wasn't it? A little bit of tension. So now Hamilton to steal the second leg. What's that? His favourite double 16, as you said, Dan. He doesn't miss this very often, and he hasn't missed it then. So Hamilton takes a 2-0 lead over Verkooijen. Well, Verkooijen should have been 2-0 up himself. Missed doubles all over the place.
Yeah, and the longer it goes on for Verkooijen without hitting that first double, the harder it's going to get.
Oh, Richie Burnett's got another leg back on board too. 5-3 down now.
135.
Prince of Wales, the comeback is on. Verkooijen now. And that's a 180. He's second of the match. Well, maybe that'll settle him down a touch. It's not really the scoring he's got a problem with, though, it has to be said.
No, he's murdered the Hammer for scoring. It's just finishing the leg. You know, a lot of people ask you, how can they hit a treble so well they can't hit the double? Well, there's no pressure on hitting a treble. The only pressure is when you come to hit the double to finish
97.
it. And, you know, Verkooijen is just, when he gets there, thinking, wow, this is to win the leg. And that's when he's tightening up and missing by miles as well with a lot of the darts.
96.
Oh, managing to sneak one in the treble 19 there. It's still not convincing
41.
stuff from the Hammer. And we talked about how he's so consistent and how you can rely on him to put in a certain level of performance. And well, he's letting us down at the moment, is the Hammer, and yet he is 2-0 up, and that's the main thing.
99.
Certainly as far as those two men on stage are concerned.
97. And he requires
It has been a little bit better, this leg from the Hammer, and he's looking at 88, and he'll be hoping to do it in 2 darts. And that is absolutely perfect. Double 14 he wants. Decent marker, should be able to come in off the barrel of that one, and does exactly that, and it's 3-0 the Hammer.
Andy Hamilton for Vegas.
Yeah, good finish that from the Hammer. Perhaps that's the 3 darts that'll start kicking him into gear a bit, getting a bit more consistent. There's no question. Verkooijen could have won both those first 2 legs. But Hamilton, you know, the low darts are always a sign. I don't know, a little bit of tiredness. Have flown over this morning early. It was all on the 6:30 flight from Stansted. So, you know, sometimes a little bit of tiredness, and you know, they're human beings, they're not robots. And he will just be happy to get over this, get straight to bed, full night's sleep. We know he hasn't won this yet. Verkooijen still can come back and win.
81.
5-4 now, Richie Burnett's down. He's edging it back.
It's happening, Rod. Yeah, I mean, it's not the exciting side of being a professional sportsman where you get to fly around the world and play in front of massive crowds and earn big money, but they do have to manage how they deal with each day. And, you know, they're playing only 1 game today, but as the weekend goes on, certainly on the Sunday, if the Hammer's here for that, he may have to play 3 games. He's got to manage how he approaches that, his practice.
There's no question these are tough weekends. Especially that Sunday, as you said, you know, you've got 3 matches on the Sunday. But every other sportsman has to do it, you know, golfers, especially the tennis players. I know, obviously, we're not as fit as tennis players, because I don't think there is many sportsmen that are, but endurance-wise,
56.
you know, they've got a lot of endurance.
60. 60.
Well, again, a leg that Verkooijen has outscored the Hammer.
Well, a big one here from Andy. Put him in the driving seat. It's not going to happen. Not a happy man is Andy. For a man who's 3-0 up, you can completely understand it with the way he's played.
100.
Nice adjustment there.
Davy require 100.
116 isn't a bad one to leave.
84. Andy require.
Well, again, Verkooijen has left the double, and it's for Andy Hamilton to take out the ton plus to win the leg. Well, it's 16 for double top now. This would be a real big blow for Verkooijen. Well, another low dart. So can Verkooijen finally hit a double and get a leg on the board? Double 8.
It's been 4 legs coming. But the little wag of the finger to the crowd acknowledges that he has finally got his first leg on the board. Davy Verkooijen.
5th leg, it's Andy first.
A landmark moment for him. And you never know. Maybe this could be the start of something special.
It's a hard day's work at the office for Andy Hamilton here in the Dutch Masters. Really finding it hard to get any consistency going. To be quite honest, the young man Verkooijen could be well up on Andy. Well, it could be the reverse score. Verkooijen could be 3-1 up, and that would be putting Andy under pressure. But he's still in a comfortable position.
96.
But that's at the moment.
Yeah, we said earlier that the Hammer's at his best when he's roaring around on stage and vocal and getting really involved in the matches and trying to bully his opponent.
140.
I think he'd be embarrassed to turn around and give it the big one in front of the crowd with some of the darts he's been throwing. And I think
45.
Richie Burnett may have just lost 6-4 to Gino Voss. The comeback for the Prince of Wales after being 5-1 down just left himself too much to do.
$93.
A bit better of a scoring leg for Andy Hamilton. 112 after 12 darts.
84.
Well, he's going to get at least 6 darts from 112, so likes the double 16, so well, now the treble 19 for double top. And now at the 18s.
52.
All a bit messy in that visit. But he'll be back for 60. What kind of pressure is Verkooijen going to put him under? And that's a great way to start. Ooh, a little bit unlucky, perhaps. Does well with the 3rd dart. That is some pressure.
60.
Now, you don't want this first dart to be sitting up too high, because sometimes that flight will be in the way. He needs to overpitch it. That's a better leg from Andy Hamilton. Took the double out cleanly, outscored Verkooijen there. That's the first leg, I think, that he's outscored Verkooijen. And he goes 4-1 up.
100.
Yeah, the Hammer is managing to get the job done here. I think he'd be looking to at least finish with a flourish. But right now,
140.
he'd just take finishing it all, as long as it had the 6 next to his name and not Verkooijen's.
140.
Oh, once again, the Dutchman showing he knows where that treble bet is.
You normally find when one starts to score, the other one, you know,
85.
comes along in the slipstream. He's been unlucky, you know, for his first attempt on a big stage. He's conducted
43.
himself very well. You know, not many people can turn around and say, well, I should have been 3-1 up against Andy Hamilton. There's no question that Verkooijen should have been.
Certainly shown he's got something there, Verkooijen.
85.
And we've talked a number of examples we've seen already here at the Dutch Darts Masters about players having to learn their trade and get used to playing on these stages and taking on the big names. And for a man just starting out in his darting education, Verkooijen, someone who's showing a bit of promise.
I don't understand why Andy switched there. You know, the treble 20 looked plumb from the camera angle. You know, it'd been better to stay. He wants the bullseye. Oh, and Verkooijen's missed the bullseye. Andy Hamilton. Now, there are two ways of going: 25 or bull, or just go straight for the treble 18. Let's go on for the treble 18 now. Probably go double 18, double top. Yeah, he went for the double 18, but a low dart. So Verkooijen's going to come to the board. Double 18. He walks over to the stand. Just has a quick sip of water. Wipes his brow. Just has a quick talk to himself. Right, come on, put it in there first dart. First dart he does. Composed himself very well, did Verkooijen. And he gets it to 4-2, and the crowd are giving him a bit of encouragement here.
It takes a bit of confidence for a man first time on stage to step back, go and get a drink. Doesn't mind the expectation or the fact that you've got top 10 player in the world breathing down your neck for you to get on with it. Particularly one that looks like Andy Hamilton.
Yeah, you don't want Andy Hamilton breathing down your neck. That's something I don't think anybody wants. I don't think David Hay would want him breathing down his neck. Yeah, Verkooijen probably been watching Kevin Painter before he goes for a double. Old Kev always likes to step back and compose himself.
Little strut around the place. Just have a look.
27.
Andy Hamilton in charge of this leg. Knows he just needs to hold his own throw in this match, and he'll be making it through to the second round to face Adrian Lewis.
140. $59. And he requires 170.
And the crowd, Verkooijen's sister there watching him. Probably watching a little nervously.
They actually go through it more than what the player does, Dan. You know, you talk to any of the wives, the girlfriends, they sit there, they bite their nails, although they've never bit their nails in their life, and they're fidgeting on the seat. It is really tough for them. You don't realise as a dart player what your family and your friends go through. But double 18 now for Andy Hamilton to go one leg away from a victory. Well, there's that double 9 that I keep talking about. No problem for the hammer.
Right in the middle of the bed.
It's Davy.
And he's just one leg away now from the second round.
60.
Well, that's Verkooijen's sister cheering him on.
May take some cheering to win the next 4 legs on the spin.
100.
Well, he has slowly improved 81. As the game's gone on, the hammer. Never hit top gear. Never even close, to be honest.
Well, we talked at the start of the match that Andy Hamilton doesn't throw 100 averages very often, but he's always around the 95. 100. That was the commentator's curse right there, Dan, wasn't it? You know, he's moved it up to 86 now. But, you know, like I keep saying, first round, it doesn't matter how good you are. Even Phil Taylor has the very odd bad first round. You just want to get the win on the board, and he'll get to bed, have a good night's sleep, good breakfast, and he'll be raring to go tomorrow. 100. Be a different player tomorrow.
I'd put money on him having a cracking breakfast, to be honest.
46.
Well, there's no point wasting your 107 average for the weekend in a first round game against a lad who's never been on the stage before when you've got AD Lewis waiting in the second round for you.
Yeah, that's matching up. If Andy goes on to win this, what a matchup that is And it's in the last 16 of a tournament, you know. Last 32 of the tournament, sorry. And, you know, that would have never been heard of years ago. Them two players would not have met to the quarterfinals. Just shows you the standard and that the ranking system is right.
You do get incredible matchups thrown up all over the place on this European tour.
96. Davy require 114.
Well, misses out there.
58.
Verkooijen and Andy Hamilton's looking at 70 for a 6-2 win. He's gone the 18s route and he's hit it, so he's looking at double 8 now.
54.
Just outside. And can Verkooijen
56.
cling on to this game for just a little bit longer? Double top he wants. Down for double 10.
36.
It's unlucky. Right on the wire was the double 10. But you kind of feel that Andy Hamilton's going to say, let's get this over and done with right here and now. And get and have a rest. That's exactly what Andy Hamilton does. Verkooijen put up a good show. Could have been 3-1 up. But it's Hamilton that ends up winning.
180!